Next process for production of free hydrogen is the Stan Meyer patent. Here, a lot of people have not understood really what Stan was doing. He says a method for obtaining the release of a fuel gas, including hydrogen and oxygen, from water, in which the water is processed as a dielectric medium in an electrical resonant circuit. Okay, next. And he shows the cell here, which is basically consists of concentric cylinders. And but here's the circuit, and basically there's really not much to it. He's saying he's putting 50% duty cycles pulses into this transformer and creating pulses that are going to go into the fuel cell, which he's designing to be a capacitor. Now, the obvious problem with this situation is this: he's using the word resonant here, like salt and pepper, all the way through. This is not a resonant circuit. This was part of the diversion about how to keep people from how to protect the idea without actually leading people to understand what was going on. And the proof that this is not a resonant circuit lies in the blocking diode. Oh gosh. So what you can see here is what he's really doing is this. This system works without electrolyte, so the purpose of it is he wants his water to have a fairly high resistance in it. And so here's what he's going to do. He's got these chokes. These chokes are very important because when he puts these inductive spikes on here and blocks them with the diode, what he's doing is he's charging this capacitor. And the resonant chokes are specifically to damp the voltage spikes that could prematurely set this thing off. So what he's doing is he's making sure that he can charge this capacitor with kind of soft pulses and pulse the thing up so he can get this capacitor to charge to the maximum degree before the dielectric material, in this case water, creates a catastrophic dielectric failure in the capacitor. At which point all the charge in the capacitor, all the voltage in the capacitor is converted to amps as it shorts out internally and utterly destroys the water it moves through and creates massive quantities of hydrogen and oxygen. As soon as it's out of the way, water rushes back in, the dielectric constant is again reestablished, and this is what happens. While that's happening, he waits and starts charging again. Go ahead, go to the next. Again, these types of drawings were used to confuse people. This, the idea of drawing these things as if these are increasingly large, resonant, pulses and everything. This is all a bunch of hooey. All he's doing is just like any other voltage multiplier that's used in pulses. All you're looking at is a step ramp charge on the capacitor until it reaches catastrophic failure. That is the method of the Stan Meyer system. And it does produce massive amounts of gas for very small amounts of electricity in. To just reiterate that, Stan Meyer, of course, is now dead, but his brother-in-law went up to Canada and started a new company called Exogen, where they have gotten a new patent and are moving forward very rapidly on the commercialization of this technology. Here's their website, exogen.com. And you can see here Exogen's process most significant promise is that it will make it economical for hydrogen to replace carbon-based fuels and could conceivably reduce atmospheric pollution to a fraction of what it is today, et cetera, et cetera. Go ahead to the next thing. And here in the little frequently asked questions, we look at question number 1. What is the Exogen technology? Exogen Power Incorporated applied for worldwide patents based on the results of research which discovered a breakthrough technology that separates water into usable hydrogen and oxygen with a modest electrical input. The gases are generated on demand at the point required, which eliminates storage and provides transportable method of hydrogen generation. So again, here's a new company moving forward with the same basic technology. Will Exogen provide full disclosure of the technology? No, we won't. But doesn't matter. I just did. Go ahead. This company, Tathicus, is another Canada-based company. They just bought 20% of Exogen and are moving forward with this. Here it says, unlike generating hydrogen by electrolyzing water or steam reforming natural gas, the Exogen process is very cost efficient. It fundamentally shifts the economics of producing clean burning hydrogen. We know these are bold claims, blah, blah, blah. It works with tap water, etc. This technology is real, guys. All the chemistry books which say it takes more electricity to crack water than you can get out of it. Throw that book in the furnace and get some free BTUs out of it. Free energy. Here's the patent that Exogen is based on. You can see this is by Stephen Chambers. And again, the name of the patent, apparatus for producing orthohydrogen and parahydrogen. That's just more gobbledygook for we're not going to tell you what we're really doing. But they think this is going to protect them, and they're raising millions and millions and millions of dollars on it. Go ahead. So basically, the methods for what we call super efficient electrolysis, which can create unlimited amounts of free hydrogen for fuel. We've got 4 known methods. There probably are more. First one is Friedman's chemalloy. It absolutely works. The second one is the Meyer-Exogen process, where you use the electrolysis cell as a capacitor, which you charge until you reach a catastrophic breakdown of the dielectric material, at which point your voltage is converted to amperage and you get a gigantic blast of gas, and you can repeat this many times a second. And again, it goes back to Gray, it goes back to Tesla, it goes back to all of these things, that the way into these free energy systems is a unidirectional application of voltage, which then resolves as a free energy impulse of currents. This is exactly what's going on in the Meyers system. It's all unidirectional impulses. The third way, again, Bill Mueller is doing this. He's got his no back EMF generators sitting on a big engine, which only take a few horsepower to turn it. He's taking all the electricity from that, creating hydrogen enough to run the engine, and plus the big loads. They're doing that at the industrial level. And of course, you can also take all your outputs from a permanent magnet transformer, dump that into an electrolysis cell of any type you want, and make free hydrogen. And also Bedini's system, where we showed that he was pulsing the light bulb when he was charging his battery. If you put an electrolysis cell in that zone, you can make hydrogen while you're charging your battery. Go ahead.